Conservatives have this ridiculous caricature of first-wave feminists, the suffragettes, the women who fought for women's right to vote, especially when it comes to the topic of abortion. They portray it as if the first-wave feminist movement, if they saw the modern feminists, they would be appalled.
So did we finally get the right to vote? Yeah, we did. We've been voting for a while now. Awesome. So you guys are all done protesting now? Like it's over? Oh, no, we actually still are protesting. A lot of our rights are still getting taken away today. Oh, no, seriously? Even in 2026? What rights? Well, the government is actually trying to take away a lot of our reproductive rights. No, our reproductive rights, like access to birthing centers and access to medicine? Well, no, they're trying to take away our constitutional right to abortion. Abortion? Like killing your baby?
This is so far from the reality. There is this caricature of the early feminist movement that I think exists collectively in society, but especially in the male mind, that a few feisty women just got up one day and said, you know what? I'm just as good as a man. Don't I deserve the right to vote? That's not what happens. There was extensive intellectual discourse about this whole topic, and the right to vote was not the only thing these women were focused on. The need for the right to vote came up in discussion of other problems women were facing. These women were saying, hey, we as women, we have serious problems. We have serious problems that are not being addressed because we are not represented by our democratic government. That is why they asked for the right to vote. They did not ask for the right to vote because we're just as good, we're equal to men. Of course, that kind of rhetoric popped up, but that wasn't the main reason. Women were suffering, and they needed a way to stop this suffering. They needed a way to be listened to, and the right to vote gave them that. One of the topics that was heavily discussed was abortion and birth control and family planning. This was very heavily discussed, in fact. And no, these women would not be appalled by the modern feminists. In fact, they said many of the same things that the women of today say. Matilda Gage said that enforced motherhood is a crime against the body of the mother and the soul of the child. And she said that the male sex himself is the cause of abortion. Men couldn't control themselves. Men coerced women. Men raped their wives. Women did not have choice in the sex act. Margaret Sanger said that it is a woman's duty and right for herself to decide when she shall or shall not have children. One of the things to keep in mind here is, however, that both birth control and abortion were illegal at the time. Most of these women were fighting for legal access to the various forms of contraception that were available. If women had access to this, they wouldn't need as many abortions. This is why you will often see the right take quotes from these women out of context to say that they were against abortion. If you look at the context of these discussions, these women were saying, yes, abortion is bad, but birth control would help prevent this. And even then, not every single woman said that abortion was bad. Stella Brown was calling for abortion on demand, meaning without the need for medical necessity. Back in 1915, the idea that these women were totally against it is nonsense. Like, it's actual nonsense. Women desperately needed birth control and abortion and contraceptive options back then. And if you don't understand why, I need you to go watch this video. I need you to go watch it. If you can't understand why we had a woman on her knees, begging, crying, sobbing, begging for her life, for birth control, then there's something missing from your humanity.